Good morning, guys. I just woke up now and I decided to do this video before I can go out. Okay, now it's currently Saturday, 18 April 2026. This week has been really range bounce. The market was not really good to pass action. I didn't really like the pass action of this week, but we just follow the biggest guy in the market. Anyhow, when you feel like you are not really understand something, or the pattern you are trying to identify in the market, it doesn't show up, just better stay away. This is still a problem that I'm just struggling to be able to wait patient and recognize and accept that when sometimes the market is not good, just stay away, chill. This is the thing this is the mistake that I'm keep repeating, that I'm not really making bastard money that I want to make until now. Not because I don't know what I'm doing, but because I'm not really accept. I did not really train my mind to the point where I need to accept, recognize those patterns and put my ego, drop my ego one side and accept the reality, think in long term and accept that really this is not my setup. I will prefer to chill for 2 days, chill for 3 days. The 4th day, the setup will present and I can be able to anticipate. But now, currently, as I'm talking, I want to do a weekly market breakdown analysis. I want to go through my trading view, my chart, sharing with you how the market pass action on the gold, GBP, and euros they had played during this week, and what could be the potential zone where the price could react during the key levels where the price could potentially react next week, to be able to anticipate the next coming move. Then doing a top-down analysis on the price action for next week on each instrument also. If you like this video, make sure to share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification button to not miss out on my next video. Let's go straight to my chart. Okay, the daily time for gold, I will start with gold, and market price action was really a little bit range bound, clean range bound. Didn't respect really my setup that I wanted, but the market give me a very good entry on Wednesday. I could potentially make it over 10 hours on one trade, but I did not take advantage, and because I was sick, I was not even feeling well. There's not even a point. Let's go. And you can see my expectation of this week was price to break above here, or either continue to this weekly supply above here, reach the weekly supply, or this daily supply here, because we still have one daily supply here too. We have another one daily supply here. My expectation was to target this next one, but before that, once I saw that okay, price has eventually break to close above this weekly high on the left, I was expecting price to pull back. I wasn't expecting price to break above again. Maybe price will do like this, create a lot of inducement to mitigate this daily before the continuation to the upside maybe. But this week, let's go straight to the H4. As you can see, and go to the H4, you can see clearly the price action was really nice. Market open around here. As you can see, guys, market open around here on Monday. Yes, with this gap, because there was no agreement between the United States and Iran. All this thing overall that day on Sunday, when I did my analysis on Friday, I was still expecting a pullback because there was a lot of liquidity sitting below here. I was expecting a part to drop, but not that way. I was expecting to drop that way. I was expecting a drop to this demand before the potential continuation to the upside, but not that way. And eventually, what happened? But stop and see how market opened massively, and you can see how price action was clean. Market eventually shift bullish. I even tried to get two entry on one good entry on M15 here, but eventually market stopped me out, and I forced a setup, and price stopped me out again on sell, trying to sell here. It was a low probability for me, but I sell. You can see there was no new PY. Price came back, boom, react on this PY, create a reaction, create another reaction to the downside. Me, I was expecting price to push more lower. Yes, I was expecting price to push more lower, but price pushed to the upside. We swept again, pushed to the upside, because we had this demand, expecting more deeply continuation into this daily demand before we can potential continuation to this supply. But this is what happened. Price still failed to close above here. Price may pull back now into this most recent demand here. We have this most recent demand here. If this recent demand cannot be able to hold, that means there's a clear confirmation that price will take out this, price will mitigate this daily demand, and maybe potentially it will come back. It will take out this internal H4 internal stronghold. It will take out this, because price has failed to close above this how many times. But this is the demand I'm expecting to buy from next week. This one I'm expecting now. I'm expecting a buy from here to this here. Yeah. But this demand, once this demand fell, there's nothing to do again. And on the H4, On the H1, price action was still more pretty same. Price action was pretty same, very clean price action. Push, turn, pull back, retracement, trend, something like that. You see retracement, push, retracement, push. You have a sweep, liquidity sweep. I got the entry here, stop me out. I tried to sell, force sell entry here, stop me out. Price push here. There was another opportunity. I did not get in. Price move without me massively. You see how price action a little bit messy here, but some people get entry here. I don't know how they was able to get entry here. And for me, it wasn't clean to get the entry here. Yes, and you can see next week I'm expecting a pullback. Monday I'm expecting a pullback here. But because we have swept liquidity, price could hold from this demand and potentially continue. And we don't have inducement on the leg here, on this movement, on this leg movement. You will see. But if as soon as this demand fail, there's a clear confirmation price will come back here and here, one of this zone. And more extreme is this one, because this one has swept a lot of liquidity before this push. Price will may come back here before another push to the upside. You can see, guys. This was my expectation on gold. And next week I'm expecting price to, on the weekly time frame, just look at the daily time frame. I'm expecting price to, as price fail to close above here, I'm expecting price to wick to the downside, really, to push down, mitigate the demand. Now fill a lot of orders and continue to this supply. This is my expectation. Or price, I know that price could still continue straight to the upside without coming back to this demand. It can happen, but this is what I want. This is my expectation. You can, yeah. Let's go straight to GBPSD. Okay. Yeah, guys. Market opened like this on Monday. This is GBPSD on the daily time frame. You can see here. Market was massively bullish. I was expecting a continuation to the supply. That one, if you watched my video last week, my week recap of last week, I was saying I was expecting a continuation of price because of this massive momentum of price during this next week, and this is exactly what happened. I was playing the continuation. And if you go on the H4 time frame, you can see price just massively drop on the open when market opened because of that on agreement between United States and Iran about the nuclear weapon, to produce nuclear weapon. And you can see price continue massively to the upside, and market was strongly bullish during this week. Market was very, very bullish, and you can see massive. And at this point here, once swept this high, I will say we have a break, we have a sweep, change of character, another extra strong sweep again. If you know about liquidity concept, you know that this is a very strong liquidity. This is a clear confirmation that you have feel a lot of orders, stop loss orders behind this high, and you see the momentum. I will very aggressively on Monday trying to sell from here to this demand, trying to sell from this, anticipating a move here. On Monday, I'll be very aggressive trying to sell from here to target this demand, because we have a strong liquidation here, fake break, strong liquidation swing. We have a weak liquidation, strong liquidation here, and you can see here the market was really bullish. There's not really something to say there. Then by this week, I'm expecting price to continue down to this demand. Before, maybe from this demand now, you can anticipate a continuation to the upside. Yes, this is my anticipation on. You can see, but my price, you see, price. This is exactly, if you watch my video, you see, I say we have price. We use this low as an inducement to tap into the supply. Exactly what happened. We have a week now, and we have a demand inside this below here. Price may come back into the demand, reaction, and continue to the downside, because we have also this weak demand, this weekly demand below. You can see, this is what I have been saying. Price will come back here, use this as liquidity and push to the upside. Same thing like here. Price has doing what the necessary thing here, mitigation of the daily supply, open supply inside the weekly open supply. We have a strong V sharp to the downside. There's a clear confirmation that price will come back into this demand. Maybe from this demand we can anticipate a continuation by next week from this demand, like this. Before, yeah, this might be what I'm expecting next week. I'm expecting first price to come back here. Maybe now a reaction. Definitely there will be a reaction. Maybe from here now price may continue, or it may drop again, something like that. We will see during the next week. I can easily know, maybe based on how price action move, I can easily give my prediction or something like that. Okay guys, this is everything for GBPSD. Let's go to EURUSD. Here's EURUSD. If you watched my video last week, you you must really understand what I'm saying here, because we have this weekly demand here. Inside this weekly, we have this daily demand, and past were almost close this about close to this weekly supply, opposing supply, and inside this weekly supply, we have this daily supply at the extreme. You can see here, and I said last week that past will come back, tap into this weekly supplies, and could potentially push higher in at the extreme to mitigate the daily demand, the daily supply. Sorry, and what happened? Let's go to the H4. Because H4, I don't want to go into the M15 because M15 is too much noise, and it's too much noise. It will take me a lot of time. Because if you understand the H4, you can easily understand what is going on. You can see past tap into this demand. Same thing happened on Monday. We have this demand here, inducement, boom, past tap, push, massively break above again, come back, boom, tap into the weekly supply. This was now the daily supply, and inside that daily supply we still have what, the H4 supply. But what happened? Past failed to close to mitigate the H4 opposing supply. What happened? Create a pullback. You can see how past create a pullback, a decent pullback. Because for me, it was a normal to have a decent pullback because it was inside at the extreme of the weekly opposing supply, and it was inside the daily supply, and inside the daily supply was at the extreme of the daily supply also. Then for me, it was decent to have this pullback, and I was expecting when past pullback here, either during the week I was expecting past to tap into the supplies, then pull back now and grab liquidity here before maybe the continuation now, something like this. This is what I was expecting. This is my expectation of last week, during this week, sorry. But eventually past did not sweep this high and mitigate the H4 supply, and then what happened? Past did what? Past pullback. Past now, yeah, on Friday, it was on Friday. On Thursday, past swept now. So you can see past failed to close above this week high with a body candle. We have a massive drop, change of character. There was a confirmation for me. This is an inducement for this PY. But eventually I did not get any setup on Thursday. It was on Wednesday I found a setup. It was a clean on high time frame, but the major time frame did not give me any setup. Clean as I wanted to set to play a continuation to here, but I did not get any setup on Thursday. Yeah, you can see past you grab this inducement. You can see first rejection, second, third rejection. With this kind of sign, it's a clear confirmation that now, as past use this inducement, pull back into a price now is a price about to pull back into the PY to tap into this supply. Yes, and from here you can take an anticipation from the lower time frame to buy, to middle time frame to buy. From here to target this, at least the target this supply, because this is strong supply. You can see, boom, the news came up. We will do the same thing, fake break, strong. We have another strong liquidation. Pass has already shipped bearish. You can see again, and we have another strong liquidation. Then by next week, I'm expecting a drop to this demand. And on the daily time frame, we can see we grab liquidity behind the weekly and the daily supply. You can see massively liquidity grab, and you have what, a change of character now. You have what, a change of character. You have a change of character, and past now may continue to drop, and you have this demand also. You have a demand here. This is a demand where I'm expecting part to pull back first here. I'm expecting parts to pull back into this demand. And yes, on the weekly time frame, same thing. We are inside the monthly supply. Pass take out and sweep the weekly supply, but I'm expecting a drop now. A drop maybe into this weekly demand here below before you can see a continuation. Yeah, guys. And with the days Y, it's almost the same. Yeah, days Y almost same. Days Y is dropping when GBP is going up. Days Y is dropping. On the days Y, after you have mitigated this extreme, this monthly supply, pass sweep all this liquidity. We finally shift bearish here. We tap into. We shift bearish here. First came back, tap into this weekly supply inside the monthly demand. You can see, and now we have this new weekly supply here. This weekly supply, something like this, and pass may now pull back here and continuation to the downside, something like that. Pass may now pull back here before the continuation to the downside, and on the daily time frame. Almost same thing. The sheep bearish will react massively into the weekly. We have this weekly demand. You can see how past this is weekly demand. We have a daily demand. Past react into the daily demand. there is the amount with a lot of reaction. You can see how past close on Friday. There's a clear confirmation that past may now on the Monday, if past close above this high, the next candle on Monday market close above this high, there's a clear confirmation past will use this high. We pull back to this supply, at least to this weekly supply before the continuation, before the drop. Weekly supply and daily supply before I did something like this, before the drop. This is why I'm seeing on DXY and each time frame same thing. You can see we have a fake break, strong liquidation, waiting for price to close above here on Monday. One market close here, I fully now have really confidence of looking to buy. If DXY is buying, that doesn't mean EURUSD is going down. Yeah, this is the most recent supply where I really pay attention of trying to anticipate the next move to the downside. And one passing immediately supply, trying to anticipate. The first one is here, the second one is around here. The second one is around here. I'm not trading this pair, I'm just doing the analysis here to just trying to gather a confirmation, a strong understanding on how EURUSD move, because they have a negative correlation. And if this thing going up, that's mean EURUSD is going down, and GBPUSD will also follow EURUSD, something like that. Clear, just a clear confirmation of my direction. Yeah. Next, thank you guys. If you like this video, share, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next video. It's easy.